Greetings and welcome. My name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller trademark training video out to you because you're watching. Thank you and welcome. It's meant for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, the Core New Core. That was the email notification that I'm live broadcasting, and you can subscribe to that if you want. I was saying in my introduction, it's for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, the Core New Core, licensed presenters, I forgot to mention them, and my patrons, for just the reality that you're out there, and as a show of support, it's heartfelt with gratitude. And then for this broadcast is also for anybody interested in surviving and thriving as a Pilates instructor from the point of view of this broadcast as to what Pilates is, and based on that, how are you trying to survive? On Facebook, they come up with memories where 3 years ago, in this case, this was a broadcast of yours. And I started listening to it, which is a broadcast of mine. So I've been doing this for more than 3 years. And I was so pleased that there's consistency in the message and the delivery. So hopefully whatever sampling you might come to take of the broadcast that I've made, well over 800 in each YouTube and Facebook, you get this notion that number one is my title is the foundation of Pilates. The foundation for Pilates is the same for everyone. Now I know that's not a welcome message, and mine is only an arbitrary point of view, and I grant you that. But from this arbitrary point of view, there's an ideal within Joe's original work, and that ideal has an essence of its own, and it's that essence that it has that is the foundation that everybody else builds on and plays off of and derives new things from. It's the message that matters when it comes to Joseph Pilates. For me, the message he delivers is much more important and significant than who he was, or focusing on the person himself. Just as I would have you take what hopefully I'm trying to convey as a point of view, and have you get the point of view which matters me more than the messenger delivering it. The foundation is the same for everyone. What you build on it is up to you. What you gain from that fact is a level playing ground. What you gain from that fact is a level playing ground. As Pilates becomes more and more evidently having an essence of its own, our best understanding of that then becomes the level, at least a point of origin for a point of view around which that idealness is coagulating. So from within the MMP point of view, what it is what it is that we've already discussed a lot. it's knowing what it is that allows you to build on it or deliver it in any way you want, being aware of the foundation that is underpinning. You may think you're on a boat and afloat and able to navigate wherever you wish, but underneath that, in this metaphor, is solid ground. And in turbulent times, the Pilates tsunami, for instance, higher ground, any ground, especially higher ground, is a good thing. The foundation makes it a level playing field, and that's good for some and not so good for others. But to survive as a Pilates instructor, it's nice to know the foundation and then make of it whatever you wish in your journey through life. Number 2. So in your journey through life, number 2 is taking Pilates forward. Taking Pilates forward. What does that even come close to meaning? I mean, isn't Pilates just this vast spectrum of subjective interpretation and traditional points of view? How do you take something that has no essence forward? Other than through a further self-immersion into historical reenactment on the basis of some other point of view I can't even begin to try to conceptualize, so I'll leave that up to you. But taking Pilates forward. Oh, and my question then to you is, like, how do you imagine that to happen? See, I guess the presumption is that Pilates has some thingness to it, so that is there anything in Pilates to take forward other than No, I hear the whole chorus about to jump up and... How do you take Pilates forward? What is it? How do you take it forward? So, you know that line about we don't need no stinking badges? Humphrey Bogart, Treasure of Sierra Madre, is that it? And been parodied often since then. In my opinion, when you understand what it means to be a Pilates instructor, you don't need validation or authority from somewhere else. You have the authority that you need to be involved in what you're doing. Now that may not be true in terms of being certified and having insurance and all the things that contradict that. But at least within the constrictions that you are required to operate within to be an instructor and to make a living at it, right? I've been thinking that the two things I point to are CT and MMP, and that in this broadcast I'm hoping you gain the knowledge, you consider what you're getting from me, knowledge about those two things, and the knowledge is about biomechanics, at least the way I look at biomechanics, and it's about one point of view of Pilates, an ideal point of view. So in that regard, it stands out, and it's different than points of view of Pilates that originate from anyone who knew him and then tried to continue what it was he taught them. I'm hoping to point out the issue about identifying Pilates for what it is, and even if it's in your own recognition of it, and then in so doing, how do you take Pilates forward? So my closing comment is recognize the difference between common knowledge and private knowledge. Google it on the web. And that I always come down to the funnel comes down to know what you know. Know what you know. And then be careful with how you reveal what you know. Why, Michael? I don't mean to get paranoid. Just when you have knowledge that's not common knowledge, when you have private knowledge, you can use that as a source of confidence and confidence that you understand what Pilates is to you and what it means to be a Pilates instructor to you. And that you can explain that from the MMP point of view in a logical, reasonable way, makes a logical, reasoned argument for what Pilates is based on what comes out of his book, Return to Life Through Contrology. Know what you know, and may that help you survive as a Pilates instructor or a practitioner of Pilates. Because life can't live forever, read between the lines and see behind the curtain and add two and two, direct your thinking. Geist.